Okay, so now we're going to look at urban growth in Bengaluru, so previously known as Bangalore. So we're going to look at urban growth in an LIC and the positive and negative impacts of that. So let's have a look through. So obviously on the PowerPoint that you'll be able to click through and watch these video clips to see exactly what the city is like. So we've got these are your key terms that you'll need to complete. So once we've gone through the booklet, you'll be able to complete these key terms yourself. So Bengaluru, one of the world's fastest growing cities, and one of the fastest growing cities, of course, in India. It used to be known as Bangalore. Early 1970s, it was a very small, sustainable green city, and it is now the equivalent of Silicon Valley of India. So what we can see on here is the growth of the city, particularly looking down here. We can see the red area is the built up area and just how quickly and how far this has expanded. So we've had urban growth as in total population, and we've had urban expansion as it covers a greater area as well. What we can see if we're looking here, we've got this very sort of modern high-tech companies based in the center of the city. And that's one thing we're going to be looking at to do with the land use. Now, you're used to the traditional model of CBD, inner city, suburbs, rural urban fringe. With Bangalore and other LIC cities, you still have the CBD, but then you'll have the wealthier high-tech businesses and the wealthier people living there. Then you'll have the slum area surrounding it. Okay, so again, this is a video you'll be able to watch on the PowerPoint about how, just how high tech and how advanced this city is. So because it is the Silicon Valley of India, it has led to the rise of the middle class. So there is a very wealthy middle class aspect to Bangalore, shopping in big shopping malls that we'd expect to see in this country as well. What it has led, because there is so much wealth, to an increase in migration of the poorer people as well. So there is a great division between the haves and have-nots in Bangalore or Bengaluru. And again, another video here about that you can watch about just how it is succeeding. So way back in the 1970s, when sort of IT was in its sort of infancy, they were quite far-sighted in the governance of this city and decided to try to encourage high-tech businesses. And the first of those was Texas Instruments that came in from America. And since then, there has been multiple other TNC high-tech companies moving into this city. And you can see just how advanced this place is. So the government enticed them over with low taxes and low sort of interference in the work they would do, but also they invested in local education. So they invested in getting the local people to have the skills so they could work in this industry. And again, you can have a look at this video about how they have succeeded. The key thing is that they are the growth of India in the globalized economy, and globalization is a topic we'll look at more later on. It's that movement, though, away from industrialization into tertiary and quaternary industries. And of course, tertiary and quaternary create more money. So this area is very much in the technological, defense and electronic industries. To make sure that they can meet the needs of these big companies as well, they'll have other low-wage local businesses that will make things that these companies need, but also work as cleaners and waiters and things like that. So there are jobs for lower income people as well. Now, one negative aspect pretty much left over from the British rule of India is the caste system. And again, this video is very good to explain what it is like. Just in summary, the caste system basically says you are born into a way of life. You are born a priest, or you are born a warrior, you are born a merchant, and you cannot move between the levels of the caste. So there's no social mobility. There's no, you can try and improve yourself. And the ones who miss out most of all are the untouchables, the outcasts. They can be street cleaners or clean out toilets or deal with dead animals, things like that. They are the lowest of the low in this system. and they haven't really benefited at all. They've not seen any of this money, any of this wealth that's come to the city, because they are, as they were known as the untouchable, now the Dalits. They haven't gained at all. And you can see just how unpleasant their working conditions are and the jobs they're allowed to do. So this whole caste system is based in the Hindu religion, but it was the British that really brought it to the fore to try and divide the population, and so we could divide and conquer. Again, another video that you can watch about the caste system. And one how even today on dating websites, people still ask about caste. Because of the wealth that we're seeing, we are seeing the middle of Bengaluru becoming a lot more pleasant to live for those people who've got the money. So traditional old buildings being converted into luxury apartments and exclusive homes. What we're also starting to see are gated communities. So again, that social and physical division. As the wealthy live, it's inside the gated communities, protected by big walls, barbed wires, and their own police force. So what about the poor? Well, of course, if there's money in a city, the poor will come from the rest of India. And what you end up with is the slums surrounding it. So as we said, the wealth is in the center, the slums around the edge. And we've looked at slums before, and you know the conditions that people have to live in, but still better being there than in the real poverty of the countryside. Again, a video here you can watch about the slums of Bangalore or Bengaluru. Now, it has been a bit cause and effect, but the key thing here is that they have invested in education. They've invested in education, so they've got a good qualified workforce. The key thing is, though, that the wages here are 1/10 of those in London. So you can get people with the same skills, the same level of education for 1/10 of the wages. Now, for most companies, that is an incredibly attractive thing to have. So when it comes to companies investing, so it's moving into banking and finance and software development and call centers, all these things where wages are your biggest bill, you can cut them. So it's 1/10 of the bill. So of course, many companies do. What you're also starting to do is, rather than just being employed by foreign TNCs, there now are Indian big IT companies like Infosys, which are worth billions of dollars now. So these are homegrown IT industries. So we've seen that extra development going on because people have those skills. Now, population-wise, you can see the population has really exploded in this area, and some people would describe this as hyper-urbanisation, an unsustainable type of urbanisation. And because most of the workers moving here are young, it just means this population is just going to keep getting bigger. What we are seeing, though, is it's not just people moving into the area from the poorer surrounding areas. People from around the world are now moving to live here because of the jobs that are available, because of the money that is here. They can attract the best people from around the world. But again, the infrastructure and the services are struggling to cope with that situation. So just a quick run through of that. You then have some questions that you can complete about Bangalore, Bengaluru. Thank you very much.